and so forth. Welcome, everybody. It is time to do the ATC recap. I tell you what, that was a trip to say the least over the past week. Getting together with so many different hikers out there in Alabama for the Alabama Triple Crown. I tell you, it was pretty extreme. Give me one second, real quick. All right. So it's never perfect. Never perfect, right? So I had one little flaw. I had a speaker in the background. Anyway, so a bunch of hikers got together. I'm going to do my best to go through every one of them right now. Hopefully I don't miss everybody. But we had is there a little bit of an echo somewhere? Not sure what's going on here with the echo. Hopefully that works. Sorry about that, guys. That's the creepiest thing that ever happened to me on the live version. Anyway, so I got together with a bunch of hikers. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully the echo is gone. Good? Good. All right. Wow, that was crazy. Anyway, got together with Crow from As the Crow Flies Hiking. He invited me out to join a bunch of hikers, including JBENHIKES, Stretch, also known as Brad, Joey Scoggins, hanging out with Going Feral with Squidly, Leonidas On The Trail, Mark Goes Hiking, Miyagi On The Trail, Carlson Adventures, as well as Jason Outdoors. It was a bunch of hikers getting together in some of the most extreme weather. I can tell you, it was nothing but downpour, extreme rain when we first got there on that Wednesday night. And with that being said, we broke down camp. Probably got set up and broke down around the next day around 5:30 in the morning. It was still rain the entire time. And from there, we just took off right around 7 o'clock in the morning into the Chinpin Skyway Loop. I think it was what it was. I think it's what it's called. Anyway, so we got on the Chinnipi Silent Trail and we went up this huge mountain, and it was just a huge incline, right? Just complete incline of I don't know how many thousands of feet, but it just felt like forever. I think Crow calls it like Mount Sparta or something of that nature. Anyway, we got the Pinhoti Trail, again, just complete rainfall. We had a couple of slips and falls. In fact, Squidly got injured on the way down the backside of what they call the Skyway to Heaven. And thank you, Nicole, on the baseball hat here. It's pretty new. Anyway, so as we were coming down, Squid had a fall, and we met up with the guys at Adams Gap, and that's where we decided that Squidly was a little bit hurt, so he was going to walk back. So a couple of the hikers took off with him to take him back to the trailhead. So we were cut down by a few people, and we continued on in the rain. And as we went through this entire experience, I think we covered, I don't know how many miles at this point, but there were so many different river crossings and so forth. It was just a complete challenge of fate. I don't even know how I finished it, to be honest with you. By the time we got to the trailhead, 18 miles in, it was, I don't know. I thought I was going to quit for sure. And that night, as we drove over to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, I want to give a big shout out to Nathan and Kim for putting this up over there. We had a chance to also meet Nimblewell Nomad, and he is the oldest man to ever hike the Appalachian Trail. Heard the story of him hiking the Appalachian Trail and also his love for the Pinhoti Trail, but why they're trying to keep the two separate. So it looks like Squidly said that he sprained his knee, so I don't know, or broke it in 27 places. Squidly, I hope that you're okay. I know that it was a pretty bad fall for him, and he had to get off trail. He was not excited about that, but I'm glad it's just a sprain and not anything torn from that point. Anyway, so getting back to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, as we got to the center, they had a barbecue dinner for us, and they told us a story of how they're trying to keep the two trails separate. So there is a movement out there to keep the two trails separate. One reason being that it could ruin a lot of the hostels that have already established businesses on the Appalachian Trail, but also to keep it separate and to keep the trail maintained. So they're trying to keep it separate. So if you hear about that, make sure you vote to keep them separate and keep the AT out of the Bama and Bama out of the AT in terms of the Pinhoti, making sure those two trails are kept separate. All right, so that night after we heard the story, of the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, and also Will Nomad's story of his hike on the Appalachian Trail, being the oldest man to ever hike the Appalachian Trail. We made our way over to Oak Mountain early in the morning, and it was still raining at this point. So again, it started Wednesday night, rained all the way into Thursday, and then rained all the way into the following day as well. So as we started off on Friday, it was probably a little bit colder temperatures in the 40s and so forth, but because of the cloud, it was really hard to see anything. So we were doing a lot of hikes through about 16 to 17 miles of just rolling hills. And I will say that it was a lot of pointless ups and downs, but one of the highlights is about halfway through, JBEN's wife, Joy, showed up with some trail magic, some donuts for the group. So we had a nice calorie intake right after we had gotten out of Peeville Falls or something like that. Anyway, got back on trail. I think we took the blue trail up, and then we took the yellow trail, green trail, the yellow trail, and then the white trail. That was about 16 miles in total. So at this point, 18 miles the first day, 16 miles the second. Still kind of waterlogged, looking for a little bit of a break. The following day, I'll tell you like this. We drove over to the Sipsey Wilderness that night, and we set up camp, and the temperatures dropped into the 20s that night. So not only were our gear and everything frozen in the morning, the river, it had rained so much, or the creeks, I should say, was flooded. So we had to, thank you, Peavine Falls was the name of Oak Mountain, by the way. Anyway, getting back to where we were at the Sipsey Wilderness, while we were camping and had everything set up, we were obviously freezing weather and so forth. Crow went down to the water side and saw that it had actually flooded. So our loop out there on the Sipsey Wilderness was not going to be able to complete it because the creek crossing would have been up to our chest and so forth. So we're like, okay, we're not going to do that. So we did a couple reroutes, and we went to an area called I think I have a map here. So Crow was nice enough to make maps of the entire thing here. So I'm over in the Sipsey Wilderness. It was Pea Branch Falls is where we went to. But either way, this place is just covered with waterfalls. It is an incredible place. If you've never been to the Sipsey Wilderness, I tell you, it is an incredible place to hike and camp. But it is also about 20 miles that we did that day, which would be the biggest mileage I've ever done. So 18, 16, and then 20, you put it all together, that was just an incredible day. It's just barely making it at the end, but to pull through and get through this entire hike, I'll say that over 3 days, I want to give a big shout out to Crow for organizing this event. It was an incredible time out there to have the experiences of meeting Will Nomad, as well as Nathan and Kim over at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. Just to have everything coordinated and so forth, to have that experience was just incredible. And to do this over the course of 3 days was just amazing. So I want to say thank you to Crow. Thank you so much for putting this hike together. And at the end of the adventure, he actually gave out a bunch of medals to everyone. So out of the crew that is on the Alabama Triple Crown, everyone got a medal that was participating in this group. So it was nice to be part of that as well. So I'll go ahead and see if there's any questions and so forth. See where we're at. Well, I'm not seeing any questions, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a little bit of a mail call here, if that's okay. So to start off, I got a letter here from PFAM5. They sent over some stickers. As you can see here, got a new one to put on the sticker board, as well as a few others. It looks like we've got some Sasquatch with a taco, as well as a couple others. Thank you so much to PFAM5 for sending us over. Make sure you check out their channel. I'll put a link down below. Brian Carlson from Carlson Adventures sent me a sticker here, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to the Yeti as well. Hike with Carlson over in the Red River Gorge. Cool guy. Make sure you check out his channel, Carlson Adventures. Then Jamie Lawson. Looks like we have Lower Michigan Hiking and Camping. Thank you for sending me some stickers here. Add those to the Yeti as well. And then the Grateful Trekker, Stephen Gein. I actually had a chance to hike with him recently over in the Indian Trail East Palisades. He's got a new logo here. Okay, looks like we got a question here. Hey Metro, what was some of your fave gear performers and failures for this trip? Okay. Oh, that's a good question. I did have a couple gear failures, but I'm going to talk about one specifically. My new trekking poles from Z-Packs. I don't know if I was just beat from the days before, wasn't paying attention. I was falling a lot, and I was going through an area where I had my trekking pole, and I guess I was just being a little bit aggressive with it, and it got stuck in a couple rocks, and I broke off the tip. So I had to hike the last 10 miles with only one trekking pole, but whatever. It wasn't that bad. Leonidas, did Backpacking Bob make an appearance? Yes, he did make an appearance at Fat Man Squeeze. In fact, out of nowhere, we had met Lake Dog Laura or something like that on Instagram if you want to check that out. But she was walking her dog. We're squeezing through the small area, and at that point, she said, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" We told her about our channels, and then Backpacker Bob jumped out of nowhere and started singing, and I think he freaked her out because right after that, she kind of just took off, and she's like, "All right, yeah, I'll check out your channels." And I think I saw her calling 911. She's like, "I want to report a man has a beard, a Starsky and Hutch hat. Watch out for that." Let's see, any other questions here? I don't see any other questions. All right, so let me keep going through this so I don't forget. The hiking guy actually sent me a couple stickers. I had said, "Hey, I don't have your stickers." He's like, "Cool, I'll send you not only one, but I'll also send you two." So I'm going to add both of these to the Yeti. Thank you so much for that. All right, so other shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Jeff Myers at Hammock Lab. Jeff Myers had actually sent me this band for my new headlamp, the Night Core. It has the dual lights. I'm sure you've seen this before in terms of the functionality, but it's an ultralight headlamp. But he sent me this new band to replace the big bulky one, which I think it looks like this is the old one. And now I've got this thin band here, shaving off a bunch of grams. I think it's down to like 32 or something like that, something crazy. Anyway, he also sent me some extra loops. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put this on, but I'll figure it out. And also, I want to give a shout out to NR Element because they had put together some giveaway, and that's how Hammock Lab gave me the product that I'm wearing now. So, all right, one more shout out I do want to give is to Enlightened Equipment. Thank you so much for making sure my quilt got to me on my birthday. They are an excellent company. In fact, I'll show it to you now. I have the Enlightened Equipment Revelation 10 degree that I took on this particular trip because I was going to be in degrees that were like in the 20s. But what I got was the Enigma. I got a 30 degree quilt here. So thank you to Enlightened Equipment for making sure it got to me on my birthday. I'm going to be doing a review on that soon. But the biggest difference between the Enigma and the Revelation is that it has the enclosed foot box, which would have been nice in those colder temps, but whatever. So thank you to Enlightened Equipment for getting that over to me. And if you don't know who Enlightened Equipment is, they make custom quilts, down quilts, synthetic quilts. So make sure you check them out. If you don't know who they are, then go check them out. All right, so for the giveaway, everyone that's participating in this live, make sure you hit the like button, but put a comment down below. I do have some limited edition hiker heads here. There was only 50 made, and these are going really fast. So I have about 10 of these that I want to put out there in terms of if you want one of these, make sure you put a comment down below. Limited edition hiker heads, I have 10, but I also have other stickers. So everybody gets a sticker, but there's going to be 10 people that get picked in the next live, or within the next couple weeks. I'll be going live with another announcement, and I will make an announcement on who has won these hiker heads. But also, with that being said, I want to see some of you guys out there making these same hiker heads. I would love to swap with you and see these all over Yetis everywhere. It'd be nice to see that. So make sure you get that over to me in terms of if you have stickers I want to trade. Everyone on this particular live stream, put a comment down below. You get a free sticker, but 10 people are going to win one of these free hiker heads as well. So limited edition, make sure you do that. Any other questions here? I don't know. So Alabama Triple Crown, again, big shout out to Crow and all the entire crew that participated. Leonidas On The Trail, JBENHIKES, Joey, Austin Side Trail Adventures. I want to make sure Jason Outdoors, all those guys have great channels. Mark Goes Hiking, Miyagi On The Trail. It's just so many people. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of their videos. I'm going to be putting out some videos as well. It's going to take me a minute to get to that. I'm a little bit delinquent and a little bit behind right now, so I apologize on that. But pretty sure you're going to see a lot of these videos coming from all kinds of people. So make sure you check out all of their channels. I'll make sure I put links to every one of their channels down below. Gone Feral with Squidly. Was the Sipsy oversold? No. So if anyone has ever been to the Sipsy, I will say that they will tell you that there's so many waterfalls and it was just gushing full flow. Water was up. Remember, it rained 2 days before, so we got a full on water explosion with ice and frozen stuff everywhere. It was just a nice place to think. So it was not oversold, but it was 20 miles, which was my biggest mileage ever. And I would say that that kind of put me in a place where it challenged me, you know, especially that stretch right before the bridge to nowhere. That strip of 4 miles or whatever, just nothing but straight tunnel of just trees and mud and just going and going and going and going. That really pushed it to me. But beyond that, I enjoyed the Sipsey Wilderness a lot. In fact, comparative to, just to put them all back to back, the Chinpin Skyway Loop, or I hope I said that right, that was the hardest. It pushed, I think, everyone to their limits. I barely made that, almost quit. Oak Mountain was a complete breeze, but we just got no views, rolling hills the entire way. And then again, the Sipsey was a beautiful, beautiful place to be, but it was just a lot of miles. So anyone that wants to try this, I would say be prepared. It is a challenge. It challenged me, you know, and I you know, categories of hikers, you know, there's beast mode like Leonidas that just eats miles, you know, just that's JBEN, same kind of thing. Even Crow, put them in that beast mode. Then you got experience. Those people are like 20 miles to 15 miles. And then you've got the party pacers, 15 to the 5. And then you got the noobs that are about, these guys were just booming. They're gone. You know, if they get on trail that you don't even see them, it's Pin Chin Sky. See, I said it wrong. See, it's Chin Pin Pin Chin. So many different ways. Tomato tomato. I'm saying it wrong. I know I am. Have a favorite feature in the Sipsey. So the biggest waterfall I remember seeing in the Sipsey Wilderness, I actually heard a name on it, was the Bee Branch Falls. That was the biggest waterfall. But there was a few others that was before that I really liked as well. I just don't know the names of it. I'm sure that JBEN could tell you, or Crow or Squidly. Those guys know all the waterfalls. But there was, anywhere you look, it was pretty solid. Full packs or day packs? Oh, very good. They were day packs. We did have our camp gear at the trailhead. We were taking regular day packs on this, but we had our camera gear and various different things. So I'd say day packs were still weighing with water and stuff like that, maybe 5, 7, 8 pounds at most. That is correct. We did take Waymark miles with us. So let's see here. Nice touch with the background. Like, yeah, it's new. I don't know. I'm trying something. I don't know. Fall Creek baby. I'll tell you what is the world's my question. Do what you like. Let's see, anything else here. I'm looking over here. Any other questions? All right, so Fall Creek Falls. I think that was, there's one on Instagram that Miyagi On Trail snapped with me. That was my favorite one. It was a big, huge, is that what it was, Fall Creek Falls? Anyway, so again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to keep this short, 15 to 20 minutes, to say hello to everyone. Thank you for watching my channel. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button, share this. I'm sorry about the echo in the beginning. I learned a lesson today in terms of what not to do. Yes, Unpaid to Explore. We had a great group of guys with us. Thanks to Crow, everyone that helped make this happen. Again, Nathan and Kim over at the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. They were awesome in their hospitality. Nimblewell Nomad, make sure you check him out. He has an awesome story if you haven't heard about him. He has stuff all over the internet in terms of his background. And again, all of these hikers are incredible people. They are genuine, honest hikers. They're just great people to hang out. So make sure you check out their channels if you're not familiar with them. They are just great people. So thank you guys again. Giveaway, I'll be an announcement of the 10 winners. Everyone that is on here that puts a comment down below gets free stickers. The 10 will be announced soon for the future, since these are limited edition running out on these as well. So again, thank you to everyone that sent me stuff, stickers, and so forth. Definitely appreciate it. And until next time, guys, let's keep moving. Thanks so much.